What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I will be explaining and telling a story about why I haven't been online or why I haven't, been on YouTube for a while. So let's get started. I will be playing a gameplay while I'm doing this as well. So we will go back to all the way back to March, April-ish. Uh, we're gonna go back to like a few weeks ago. uh, I wasn't feeling myself. I was feeling a bit down. I wasn't feeling like my normal self. I'm usually like a very type of energetic person. I'm not like shy or sad. I'm very motivated, very, eccentric and all that stuff. And recently, I've kind of been having suicidal thoughts or thoughts of hurting myself and a bit of anger issues. And so uh, a lot of people noticed, and my mom, well, I started talking to a person I trusted. And so what happened is that after that person told my family, and so it kind of became like a big issue and all that stuff. And they had decided to send me to a mental hospital. Originally it was gonna be like a 3-hour talk, but it ended up being a whole day visit to the hospital. Um, I didn't think it was gonna be that serious, but turns out it was that serious, and I never knew it was actually gonna be that serious, but it was. So I went to the hospital last week on Thursday. At the time of recording this video, and yeah, I went to the hospital on Thursday. I arrived at the hospital at 12, and the doctors had me changed in hospital like clothes. They told me to take off what I had, like my normal clothing, like a jeans, baggy jeans, a shirt, my shoes, my sweater. They told me to wear like kind of like a hospital dress, and it was kind of comfortable, but it really wasn't. And so they took me to a room. My mom was sitting on a chair, and I was on the bed. We were waiting for the doctors or the people that were gonna assist us. But before that, they took us to a room. They measured my weight, how tall I was, my height, eye vision, and stuff. Basically, what a normal doctor would do first before a big appointment or something like that. And so, after that, they took us to the bed. We were waiting there. They asked us questions about why I was feeling like that, if it was like a long-term storytelling thingamabob and stuff. And so, it really wasn't a big deal, but a lot of people saw it as a big deal. I never saw it as a big deal, but it was to my family and close relatives. And so I'm actually kind of glad I kind of talked to a trusted person. I was actually kind of feeling a bit down, and I didn't want to feel that. So I'm lucky I did speak up and stuff. So the doctors came. I told them why I was feeling that way, if I've done anything bad and all stuff. I told them how I was feeling, and how I was just like a 1 week thing. And so after explaining, we were there until like 10 p.m. They took us to the seventh floor. We were in the first floor. They took us to the seventh floor, which was the last floor. And so there was CCIS, which I forgot what it means, but basically it was like a hospital for kids that are in need of mental help or physical help or in physical danger and stuff. And so they interrogated me, they asked me questions like why I was feeling this way, if I had like consumed any drugs, alcoholic beverages or anything. And I'm not that type of person. I'm gonna tell you that right now. And that happened. Um, while that was happening, um, then my mom was signing some papers, and so they kind of explained this whole developing of therapy, which would mean I would stay in the hospital for a week, receiving help once in a while from the doctors or the medical staff or the it was some like people that took care of kids in the hospital with like mental illness and stuff. I made a lot of friends there. It was a kind of good experience. We would listen to music once in a while. They would let us, play games there, Monopoly, checkers. I'm gonna tell you one thing right now. I kind of had a checker streak, 33-1 checker streak. Uh, I remained undefeated for 33 times and lost one time to a girl. I know who you are. I will mention you later. Anyways, so yeah, first day was okay. I arrived at the time. I arrived at 10, and it was like a room. It was like a whole hallway full of rooms and stuff. Um, they took me to my room, and turns out I had a roommate. His name was, I don't know if I could say his name. I never got consent, but I got a roommate. I had a roommate. So it was first day. I got changed up to pajamas, to my clothes, um, to my normal clothes, and so then it was time to sleep. It was like 10:30 p.m. Usually, sleep is like at 8. So they give us like a 2 hour bonus thing. Um, and so while I was there, I was kind of hard to sleep. The beds were super uncomfortable. They really were super uncomfortable. The beds were super uncomfortable. The covers were not. The covers were not comfortable at all. Stuff. How the hell did she kill me? Anyways, I was there for 7 days. First day, day one, in the morning, they woke us up. They took us blood pressure, blood analysis, and our temperature. And I came out positive for all of them. It was really painful. Blood pressure, yeah, it was good. The only thing I did not like was my blood analysis on the first day. It kind of hurt. Anyways, after that, they would either ask us if we would like to shower in the morning or in the night. And so I would always get the job done, and I would always shower in the morning. Um, anyways, after showers, it was like a 15-minute shower. After the showers, we would get changed up and all that stuff. We would either have visits in the morning or visits in the afternoon by our parents because they allowed visiting and stuff. And I didn't get a visit the first day. I was a bit emotional because I had spent like 2 days without seeing my brothers and sisters or my dad. I only saw my mom. Um, after that, we got changed up. We were ready. It was breakfast, 9 in the morning. We would eat breakfast. Sometimes it would serve scrambled eggs with like bacon or sausage or tater tots or pancakes. And so yeah, the breakfast was good, but the eggs were kind of watery once in a while. And I really enjoyed it. The breakfast was good. Give it a solid 8. Um, and then after that, we would have like a community mini meeting, which was every single kid there. We would come into like a group with like a teacher. I started my first day on Friday, which basically, yeah, I started on Friday, which basically was like it was before spring break. For like in my state, in my city, I don't know about you guys, but in my state it was spring break in the following week, which was on a Monday, but we were still on Friday, which was kind of basically like a school day. They would still give classes. We kind of learned about in math, median, mean, and I forgot the other one. I'm kind of dumb. I'm uh, I'm really dumb, so don't judge me. Anyways, after classes, we would usually like have like a free time, and then we would have like a community meeting, which was everybody gets into a group, and we would either talk about like what was causing us or like affecting us to feel the way we felt in order to end up in the hospital. For me, it was suicidal thoughts and thoughts of hurting myself. um I didn't really think about it was gonna be that serious, but it was to them. And yeah, we had like a community meeting for like what 30, 45 minutes. um and then I think it was free time, and then another community meeting, and then either we spent the rest of the day until 1 o'clock. It was either a movie or another meeting. At one, we would have lunch. Lunch was it was amazing. I'm gonna tell you that right now. The food was popping. It was the best food I've ever tasted in any single hospital. Anyways, um, food was good. Lunch was good. After lunch, it was either free time or another group meeting. And then at 4, it was quiet time, which everyone got to go to their rooms for an hour, and chill, rest in their rooms. It was nothing that serious for like an hour and a half. And then around like 5:30 ish, it was dinner. Dinner was a blast. Anyways, after dinner, it was either another community meeting, and then we would either have, yeah, after dinner, community meeting, and then movie time. Movies were the best. The movies we watched was Avengers Infinity War, Avengers Endgame, Pacific Rim. Both movies was Uprising, and another one. We also watched Code Red. It was an amazing movie. Um, we also watched Cloud Nine. All of the movies I watched were the best. They were straight up amazing movies. I recommend to watch those movies. They're really good. Um, so yeah, we would watch movies, and then that was basically day one over. Around like 9:30 ish, they would send us to bed with our roommates, and yeah, it was good. Day one, it was okay. So basically, you had to repeat that same system for like 6, 7 days straight for like a whole week. I was stuck in a freaking hospital. Um, it wasn't really that bad. It was actually kind of good. I kind of enjoyed it. Um, games were good. Monopoly, I was like dominating the whole game. I bought every single property in that freaking board. Um, I do want to give a shout out to one of my friends. Her name is Debbie. She knows who she is. She's the one that beat me in the checkers game. She ended my streak of a 33 in her second game. Um, it was really fun teaching her, a fun experience to meet her, to talk to her. It was a fun experience, and I wish her hugs, kisses from my city. It was a great experience meeting you, Debbie. I appreciate being a friend to you. To you, Debbie, it was amazing meeting you, and I hope you keep up the great work and your education and your family. And it was a nice experience meeting you. I was happy to meet such a sweet and nice girl like you. Um, I also do want to give a shout out to another friend I made out there, Jaden. Jaden, I know how you feel about suicidal thoughts, but don't let that stop you. You have a great life. You're a great kid. You have a lot of knowledge. You were like a good student in that hospital. Keep up the work there. You're the best, Jaden. And Debbie, both of you guys are the best. I send you hugs and kisses from my state. You guys are the best. I could never ask any better friends than both of you guys. But I appreciate you both for being there and being good friends in there. Um, and that's the whole story. I did make a lot of great friends there. I enjoyed it. That's why I haven't been that's why I'm not been able to keep up with my YouTube career. But I'm back, better than ever. But yeah, this is the reason why I haven't been posting. So yeah, I hope you like this video and also subscribe to my channel. I actually did an upload schedule, so I'll probably be able to continue uploading some videos to the channel. Well, yeah, this is my story and the reason why I haven't been posting. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Thanks a lot for subscribing and liking this video. I am doing fine. If you guys want to send prayers, you can. So, yeah. Bye, guys.